Hey guys, Engineer Pat 5290 coming to you with the question and answers responses. I've finally been able to have some time to do it. I've received a lot of good questions from you all, and I'm going to go ahead and get started with those right now. The first question comes from Norfolk Southern 8114, a YouTube user, Norfolk Southern 8114. He asked, would you prefer C40-9Ws or -8Ws? That's a good question. I mostly prefer the -8Ws because I like the ones that were built for Conrail. They looked they look sexy in the Norfolk Southern paint, but I tell you one thing, Norfolk Southern's keeping theirs going. I always prefer the -8Ws there. Let's see. 21st Century Railfan comments, I hope NS will keep one or two of the top hats. I really hope so too, because there's only about 10 of those left. It's not very many of them that are left, so get your photos of those now. NC Railfan, aka Jake, one of my friends from North Carolina, he asks, why is 8520 a DC to AC scheme? Not that I hate it or anything, just curious about it. Well, they're trying to convert a lot of these engines to AC power because AC power is supposed to be a little more effective. Especially the DC to AC for the AC44C6Ms. They're transferring all from DC current to AC current. AC current is supposed to be a little more efficient. Then Standard Gauge Railroader, another one of my subscribers, sends me a long list of questions. He asks, what railroads in New Jersey do you want to see? First of all, NC Transit is one of them. The next one, Conrail shared assets like WMI 61. I'd like to see the Conrail shared assets and what CSX and NS do up there, and the Winchester and Western. Another one is, if you're going to come to New Jersey to Railfan, when? Not really sure. Just have to watch the weather on that one. Which GEVO is your favorite? I gotta say the ET44AC. I love the overall appearance of the Tier 4. Especially the back end. Which EMD wide cab is your favorite? There's so many choices out there. It has to be the SD70 ACE 2nd Gen. The one that NS bought in 2011, 2012. Another favorite EMD of mine that has the wide cab, I actually have a couple of these. Another one that would have to be the SD70 Mac. The SD70 Mac in CSX YN3 paint. Another one, which EMD standard cab is your favorite? I knew he was going to ask this one. It's the SD40-2. Anything that's got a standard cab on the EMD, my favorite is the SD40-2 just because of the sound that it has, and it's just a beautiful locomotive. What's your favorite Leslie and Nathan horn? For Leslie, it's the RS3L. For Nathan, it would be the P5 because of Southern, and the K5LA. If you could work on any short line, which would it be and why? I would rather work for the Winchester and Western. Maybe. I don't know. But the Virginia division for Winchester and Western is very busy. Or I might work for the Buckingham Ridge. I don't know. I mean, this is just possibilities. When did you begin railfanning? I've loved trains since I was 3, but I really didn't start railfanning until about 2009, 2010. Do you have any big out-of-state railfanning trips planned in the future? Not sure yet. Just haven't really decided what I want to do with that yet. And when do you plan to return to Suffolk? Very soon. When can I roast you again? LOL. Anytime you want, buddy. The next question comes from Eastern Coast Productions and says, if you could bring back an NS locomotive model retired by Norfolk Southern, what would you pick? I would bring back the C39-8. I agree with you on that one, and I will also agree with the standard cab -8s in Norfolk Southern paint. That's one of my favorite GE standard cabs. The next list of questions comes from Southern Tier Railfan Productions. He sends out 4 questions. First one is, do you like the AC44C6M or feeling they become common like the -9Ws? Or and not as interesting. Well, it's going to be a good change because they're improving the stair cab Dash 9s to wide cabs. It will kind of be the new norm for like the Dash 9Ws, but I think they're going to be a little more attractive, I think. For question 2, what's your favorite NS retired locomotive? Dash 8 stair cab for sure. If you could choose CP or CN, which one? It would definitely be Canadian National. I love Canadian National because they have a lot of fallen flag locomotives that are still in their original paint, like Illinois Central, BC Rail, GTW, the Grand Trunk Western. So, and they really do a wonderful job of keeping those locomotives in their original paints. And like the GTW SD40-2 is the last one. They've put that back in GTW paint, which I am really happy to see that. And his last question, what's your favorite locomotive model on the NS current roster? I have so many favorites. My favorite EMD stair cab is the SD40-2 as previously mentioned. But I will have to say out of all of them, I like a little bit of everything on the roster. I like a little bit of everything from the regular GP38-2, GP40-2, all the way to the SD70 ACE and the Tier 4. I like a little bit of everything. And the final question comes from Garrett Henderson. Do you have a favorite NS rebuild? I do have several. I like the AC44 C6 Elms. I think those are cool. Out of the EMDs, it has to be the SD40E and the SD70 ACU. Those are really cool rebuilds. And, well, basically the SD40E is a downgraded version of an SD50. But out of ones that NS has literally stripped down completely, has to be the SD70 ACU because those are sexy. Even the 40Es, the MP15Es were just rebuilt on the inside, but those are cool. The 60Es, I'm okay with those, but they're not as appealing as the SD70 ACU. So, got a very nice list of questions. One other question I skipped over. From Stephen Huang 05 asks, do you have a favorite commuter railroad? Well, I've got a couple of those. I've liked the Virginia Railway Express, which is serves Alexandria, Virginia, and all the parts of Northern Virginia. I have rail fanned them a little bit, but not very much. I also like the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, or known as MBTA, and MARC, which is Maryland Area Rail Commuter Service, and New Jersey Transit. I like MARC and New Jersey Transit because New Jersey Transit has the GP40 PH-2s, which were Juniata rebuilds, and MARC has the GP39 PH-2s, I believe. I think that's the correct model number there, but they have GP39s, which I think there's only like 3 or 4 of those left. But NJ Transit still has their GP40 PH-2s, which are really cool rebuilds. But got a really nice list of questions. I just would like to thank all of you for leaving comments on these questions. I will be doing another questions and answers very, very soon. So if you didn't put on a question on this video, it's perfectly fine. I'll be doing another one of these very, very soon where you all can figure out what questions you want to ask, and I'm more than happy to answer them. If you want to know, you know, what's my favorite anything, you're welcome to leave that. You're welcome to leave what a unit was built for, like for Conrail, like any of the GP. Well, I'll give you an example. NS 5290 was built for the Penn Central Railroad. It was built as Penn Central's 8090, I believe, in 1973. So I am more than welcome to do that and anything else y'all would like to do. So thank you all for watching this question and answer series. I'm Engineer Pat, and I'll see you guys on the next rail adventure.